Now joining me on the line is undefeated, so far in his career, we'll call him knockout artist, 9-0, 9 knockouts, Kashaun Davis, who takes on Antuwan Tubbs this Tuesday night at the Troubadour Nashville, part of Country Box 27. Kashaun, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking the time out to join us today. Just to talk to tell the fans out there a little bit about yourself. I mean, we see the record 9-0, 9 knockouts, kind of been fighting a little bit off the grid a little bit. Now a lot of people are gonna be able to see you Tuesday night at Country Box.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I'm just Mississippi guy, born and raised. Got into boxing when I was 12 years old. Ended up sticking with it. I was playing both. I was boxing and I was playing football. I really only got into boxing to get in shape for football. But then, as time progressed, I just stuck with it. I kept doing both. And then I kind of stuck with it. Got a couple amateur fights and was doing good. Coach was telling me like how good I could be. So I kind of stuck with it. And then, now I'm here. I ended up turning pro in 2021. And then I'm 9-0, going for 10-0 this coming Tuesday.
Have you, especially before maybe you turn pro or early in your pro career, and maybe even still now, do you consider yourself a knockout artist, considering all your wins have come by early stoppage?
Oh yes, sir. Of course. I mean that as a heavyweight, you're supposed to be. That's what everybody's looking for. So, you definitely go in there with the intention to get that guy out of there. Like they say, you don't get paid for overtime, but you also they say you shouldn't look for the knockout, but if it's there, you definitely need to take it.
Just doing some research about you. You fight around in the 280s, but you are a much bigger man, and like you said, you start boxing to stay in shape. Talk about that journey. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you were upwards of 375, 400 pounds.
Yeah, bigger than that, because
Okay, all right.
yeah, like I was saying, as right out when I was 17, I had stopped boxing, to go to college and play football. We went to football for a couple of years, and then ended up coming back once I stopped playing football. Around 4 years later, about a 4 year layoff. So around 2020 is when I came back, and I had blew up by that time. So I had the journey to get back down. I had reached up to 430 pounds. So, I had to do that journey of get back in shape, get that weight off, get back into boxing shape. So I lost 160 pounds, went from 430 all the way down to my lowest was 275. So, I had to do that long journey. Then I got back, once I got back in 2020, I took some more amateur fights. And then, went to a couple of national tournaments and then ended up going pro instead of just going back in there. So I had a journey to get back into it. It wasn't just smooth sailing, but, now we're here.
Being a heavyweight, especially in America now, you get a handful more wins, especially if they come by knockout. You see yourself in a big fight, maybe in the next year and a half, 2 years.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, we take it one fight at a time, but that's definitely the goal. You want to stay in shape all year round. You always one phone call away, so you got to make sure you're ready.
You're down in Mississippi, where I would imagine there's not the greatest of sparring or talent down there. Have you gone around to some camps around the country?
Yeah, it's definitely nobody down here. No heavyweights that take it serious, really. So me and my coach, we stay on the road. We got to stay on the road. Being in camp with certain guys like Brandon Glenn and Deontay Wilder called us a few times, and just going to get sparring just like that, having to travel to Florida, Texas, Alabama, Georgia, wherever. I mean, whoever can give us the work, I'm used to always sparring smaller guys, 'cause, heavyweights. I mean, boxing not really a big sport in the South, really, anyway, and especially in Mississippi. So whenever we have to travel to go get some work, we're going to get it.
Uh, Talk about the experience of Wilder and some of the other guys that you've been. How much has that improved your game?
Greatly. I mean, just being around those type of guys, like world champions like that, and guys with experience like that, just being around people like that that's been there, done that, it kind of gives you that boost of like knowing what to expect at the higher level. So when I do get to that point, it ain't just like a surprise. And you always want to spar and train harder than you fight. And they say so. You train hard and fight. It ain't just a surprise to you. Like you've been there, done that. So I mean, it's great experience seeing guys like that and just them sharing that knowledge and giving me input and just giving me game on the sport.
you being a heavyweight, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you. Big fight next weekend, Fury and Usyk, the rematch. You got a pick on it?
Yeah,
From one
yeah.
heavyweight to another.
I like both guys, man. I mean, Fury and his size and his boxing, that's hard to beat. But Usyk is a great boxer, man. It's hard to not pick either one. But if I had to say, I had to go Usyk again. Even though as much as I love Fury, I had to go Usyk. You know, but he's just a great boxer. He can do everything. But it's gonna be hard for him because Fury. I mean, he's coming back ready. That size and that boxing ability and them spurts he showed in the first fight. I mean, he's gonna take advantage. He's not gonna make as many mistakes, I don't think. So it's gonna be harder for Usyk to pull it off. But I can see Fury winning, and I can definitely see a trilogy.
You mentioned about boxing the South, how certain states, maybe in the quote SEC world, I like to say it's not
Yeah.
the biggest sport, but country box. Are you familiar with it? This is now our 27th show in the last 2 years.
Yes, I've heard about it. I haven't done too much, extensive research on it, but I definitely heard about it. And I think I know a guy that fight on a couple of y'all cards, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's that?
Victor Hernandez.
Yeah, Victor Hernandez from New Orleans, Louisiana. Yup.
Yeah, we used to train with us a lot until he moved down to New Orleans, but that's my guy. But yeah, I've definitely heard of you guys.
He's trained by our match. He's promoted by our matchmaker,
Yeah,
Christy Martin. Again,
that's
like a whole new audience. Obviously, this fight is it's on a lot of different platforms on USA Today Sports and CountryBox247.com and CountryBox on YouTube and a handful of other platforms. Is there a statement to be made Tuesday night to say, hey, you know what? You talk about some of these other heavyweights, but don't sleep on Kashaun Davis.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we would try to make a statement every fight we go in there. Like only thing I can do is fight the guy in front of me and take it one fight at a time. But we definitely go in there to make a statement, put our name on the board. So hopefully anybody that's in attendance or watching live they can see that guy from Mississippi. He can fight.
And Antuwan Tubbs, what do you know about him?
He's a tough opponent, a tough guy. Has been there, done that. His record isn't where he wanted to be. Probably rather be flipped, but a guy definitely with some experience. A guy can go in there and give me a good fight. But I mean, we go in there and handle business. So just one fight at a time and get him out of there.
You're promoted by Greg Cohen, a promoter who's had world champions, had guys, a lot of fighters, and big and significant fights. To feel like like you said, just a kid from Mississippi to link up with a promoter.
Yes, I mean it's a great feeling. Greg's been good to us, and we're trying to do our job to produce. It's his job to move us through there, and that's our job to keep on winning and keep climbing up that ladder. So it's been great working with Greg. When he reached out to us, and we eventually started working together. So it's been great, been smooth sailing. Hopefully, we can keep it going for years to come.
You mentioned your football career, so you're down there in Mississippi. Bulldogs or Rebels?
I'm a Bulldog guy. I always
Mississippi State.
Yeah, yes sir. But I'm not the type of guy that just hates Ole Miss. Like
you just like Mississippi State.
Yeah. If they're playing each other, I'm going for State. But if Ole Miss playing another team, I'm always gonna rep Mississippi. So
you must be a Dak Prescott guy then.
I am a Dak Prescott guy, and in NFL, I'm a Raiders guy though.
Sorry to hear that. We'll see you guys. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm in Philadelphia, so
okay.
The Raiders be in the playoffs in 5 or 10 years. So then after they may get a quarterback in the draft if they pick one or two. So finally might get a quarterback. What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you Tuesday, December 17th, Country Box 27, Kashaun Davis taking on Antuwan Tubbs?
Just anybody that's gonna be in attendance or watching, expect a good fight. I plan to go out there and have a great performance. Shout out to my coaches, shout out to my team at Pearl Boxing Club. Shout out to Greg for setting it up, and let's get it on. We ready.
And where do we find you on social media? Fans want to hit you up, kind of drop you a line.
On Instagram is my name, Kashaun_Davis 54, KASHAUN_DAVIS 54. And on Facebook, it's just my name, Kashaun Davis.
There you have it. Thank you for a few minutes of your time. I look forward to seeing you and meeting you Monday at the weigh-in. We'll see you Tuesday night in the ring. Have a nice weekend, and we'll see you on Monday and Tuesday.
Yes, sir. You do the same. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.